Well, welcome back, Interneters, to yet another on-the-road edition of JK Presents. We are here in dusty and dirty Las Vegas. Roll the clips. We are still getting a lot of people asking questions about the peek behind the scenes, so to speak, of video editors, what they really do. We are often asked to fix production mistakes. There is a phrase called fix it in post. And that's what a lot of production people say when they screw up. This camera is on a lazy Susan. Now conversely, there's a post-production saying called the 6 P's. And that stands for proper planning prevents piss-poor productions. So let's roll the clip to see exactly what we're working with. Camera is on a lazy Susan. So as you can see in the clip, the cable from the microphone, the lavalier microphone, came out of the jacket. And now I know what you're asking, why doesn't the crew see this when you're shooting it? Well, this guy was a one-man band. He was the camera operator, he was the director, he was the teleprompter operator, he was also running audio. And when you set all these things up, sometimes something slips in the cracks, and you don't see it until later on when you're done shooting and you're in post-production. Hence why you fix it in post. And it's not just small productions that do this. Big productions that have a huge budget and huge crews make the same mistake. Here's a Super Bowl ad that just recently ran this past year.
Yo, Oikos! Let's move!
Oikos is packed with complete
The shot is totally out of focus, not on purpose. It's in focus, out of focus, in focus, out of focus. Shame on them. And now back to the topic of digitally erasing that mic cable. From the timeline, you export a frame. So I just export a frame out of my Media Composer to send to Photoshop. In Photoshop, I use the selector tool to select the area that I want to cut out. So I need part of his jacket, the blue and the tie, and make a selection. Then I hit generative fill. Without typing a prompt, I hit generate. And look how clean it generated that. Here's the layers. It created a generative fill, and that's what it looks like. That's what Photoshop did. That's what AI did. Here's some before and after. And clicking on the layers in Photoshop, you can see how nicely it built. Now to smooth out the actual edit in editing, I'm going to use my eraser tool in Photoshop and go around the edges and just soften that hard edge. The last part in Photoshop is to export that file as a PNG, a portable network graphic. And I get that file and I re-import it to my Media Composer, my editing system, and I put it on the timeline. And I'm going to go to the effect editor and hit tracking. Now with tracking, I get a tracking box. You can see that yellow box with a yellow X. I'm going to put it on part of his coat that has a lot of contrast, with the microphone that is black and the white shirt. And I'm going to hit tracking. And also here it is with before and after. And here it is with the final piece of the video. As you can see, it's totally covered up. You're paying attention to what the talent is talking about, and not really the mistake that popped out onto his shirt. So, editors or good editors don't only just put clips together. They do some tracking, they do some compositing, they do a lot of other things. Or they're supposed to be able to do all those good things. That's it for today's episode. We hope you enjoyed, and remember that the new normal is abnormal.